What we're going to present in this film is Harken's new radial winch. It's a project that started 5 years ago from the consideration that for more than 20 years we hadn't set out to design new winches for the cruising sector. So this project was born. Its aim was to redesign a new series of winches. It had two main objectives. On the one hand, the cruising sailor, who was our end user, and on the other, the boat builder, who would install it on the boat he sold to a customer. So this new line of winches was created with answers to the needs of both targets. From the point of view of the user, a key issue is safety. Someone who goes cruising is mainly looking for reliability, safety, a long-lasting product and availability of spares. You can see the safety aspect in the geometrical characteristics of the upper part of the winch, which is the first on the market, at least for now, to have a top that is perfectly motionless, in the sense that even when it turns under the power of an electric or hydraulic motor, if you place your hand on top of it, there are no moving parts that can pinch your skin and so hurt you. From the point of view of the sheets, the grip is particularly innovative. We've progressed from a grip that is purely superficial, like those on the winches Harken has been selling until recently, which was sandblasted or knurled, to a mix of this with a geometrical intervention that creates a series of helicoidal hollows. When you ease the sheet, these helicoidal hollows act rather like a screw and tend to keep the turns round the winch low rather than having them right up. This lets you keep the sheet in the central part of the drum and gives you better control, so you can ease the sheet in a much more controlled way, much more smoothly than you can with a normal winch. We did a lot of tests to see how the wear on the sheet compared with the various other kinds of grip on the market and the Harken grip, which was differentiated between the aluminium and chrome version, and it came out that the Harken grip provided the best compromise between wear on the sheet on the one hand and performance in terms of control over the sheet on the other. In terms of components, we've tried to follow criteria of simplicity, making maintenance easier, making life easier for those who carry out maintenance. But we also tried to keep things simple to avoid mistakes being made in assembling the winch. So, from the point of view of the installer or the consumer who'll install it on his boat, the innovative characteristics are first of all the weight, because it's a very easy winch to handle despite its working load, and the fact that it's stronger than its predecessor. Then it can be installed in at least two different ways, right up to the most rapid way, where the boat builder receives the winch with fixing bolts already fitted. This means the winch can be installed very quickly by just one person instead of the two normally required. In the 5 years that went into the development of this project, at least 3 were dedicated to testing. These tests were done both internally in our testing laboratory and on the water, on boats we use continually for testing. The tests on the water came later and were the most important, because we were in the position of the end user, and they allowed us to experience and try out the functional characteristics of the product, both in terms of interaction with the sheet and the user, and in terms of ease of use and safety, which are the product's strong points. It's not only an innovative product in design terms, but also in production terms. And to produce the new radial line, we've organized Harken's internal production process in a completely new way, absorbing the concepts of a lean production line, which is our strong point, and also the boatyard sector that this line is aiming to satisfy. In particular, we've set up an automatic internal assembly line where the operator has an automatic system for locating components. So it's possible to have quality control over the various stages, and this tends to a zero-defect situation. The radial line will be sold in 2 versions, in black oxidized aluminium, the one I'm holding here, and the chrome bronze version, where the drum is not in black aluminium but in bronze. The grips are different, but the external geometry is similar. There are further versions we can imagine in a new winch line such as this, thanks to the flexibility of the look, but these will come later. We're all very pleased with this new product we've developed here in Harken, as you can see from what we've been saying. Now it's up to you to install it on your boat and sail with it.